Hello, everybody. Once again, back for another Big Brother 27 update. Just when I think this cast can't shock me at the potential stupidity, they always prove me wrong that they have something up their sleeves that might prove to be the stupidest thing yet. But we'll get all into that here very soon. Let's begin with Keanu, of course, because Keanu, as usual, did a lot today. He had plans on top of plans on top of plans. His first plan was to try and convince Ava that she is expendable to the other side. So she should join him, Vince, Kelly, Lauren, and create a side of the house to take out everybody else. Now, Ava doesn't have any relationship with Vince or Kelly, so it would just be Lauren as the potential, even though she overheard Lauren last week talking about voting Ava out. But also in this conversation, Keanu basically gave away all his allies, the people he wants to have an alliance with, in Vince and Kelly and Lauren. And he tried to make Ava seem expendable to everyone, even though Mickey's the only person that really pitched Ava to be the renom to him. Keanu lied and said that Ashley and Rachel have as well. And even though they have been talking about it and wanted to yesterday, they never actually went to Keanu and pitched Ava. So Keanu was lying. He was trying to get Ava to vote out Ashley if Ashley is indeed his renom. Luckily for Ashley, she was smart enough last night to immediately go to Ava after her conversation with Keanu and let Ava know that Keanu was going to nom Ashley and that Ashley did not try and pitch Ava at all. So Ashley was on top of it last night. She usually is, so I'm not surprised. And tonight, I would say that Ava and Ashley went so far as to have a discussion to convince Lauren to keep Ashley over Vince. So don't think Keanu's plan with Ava went very well. I don't know where that would leave Mickey in a vote, if it's Mickey and Vince on the block. Ava has hated Mickey since Mickey told Ava that she would be a pawn for her back when Mickey was having her Mickey Mussolini days where she was trying to be a dictator in the house. But Rachel has tried to make Ava see that Mickey could still be a number for them, while Vince likely can't. So we'll see if it does happen to come down to Mickey and Vince on the block, where that leaves Ava's vote in that situation. And a quick aside on Mickey, Mickey looked good today in her little bikini top and her shorts and had the T-Core hat, the bucket hat that T-Core makes from last season. She says she bought the hat from T-Core before T-Core was on Big Brother because I guess T-Core is an Atlanta girly like Mickey. But yeah, it made me want to take back anything bad I ever said about Mickey. So maybe I won't be a Mickey hater for the rest of the season because I'm a shallow Libra moon. I don't know. Going forward, we'll see. I just don't think that the bombshell can leave the villa this week. I think Vince needs to go. Get Vince out. Because I certainly don't want my girl Ashley going out of the game. Anyway, Keanu's next big plan was the one that he and Vince discussed yesterday, to try and convince Morgan to use the veto on Vince, even though Morgan is also on the block. And so that was the next big plan, and that's been the fiasco going on all night long. He told Morgan that the only way to save both her and Vince is if she saves Vince, then he could put up Lauren, though the plan is he would actually put up Ashley and blindside Morgan. And I just think there's so many flaws in Keanu's pitch. Because, first of all, if he really wanted to save them both, he could just put up Lauren anyway. Keanu's going on about how this is going to build trust, that he's trading in one ally for another in putting up Lauren. if Morgan uses the veto on Vince. But if you just sit there and think about it logically, you could just prove it to each other by trying. I don't like how neither Keanu or Morgan seem to be thinking about that in the moment. But the other red flags in the pitch is he doesn't want anyone else. Well, when he was talking about this to Morgan, he didn't want anyone else to know about the plan. And he didn't want Morgan to go around the house counting votes. I thought all of that should have been very big red flags to Morgan with this pitch, that the plan is stupid and obviously dangerous, because if you're on the block, you should always use the veto on yourself. But I know this cast watched last season and thought Tucker using the veto on someone else was brilliant gameplay. And while it made for good TV, as I said last season, very, very dumb. And at first, Morgan laughed off this plan from Keanu. And when Keanu left, she said he's crazy. But since then, after talking to Vince about it, she has been actually entertaining the idea of using the veto on Vince. And Vince the Weasel was acting shocked and surprised, even though he knew about the plan the entire time. And his plan was to act shocked and surprised. Once again, going to show that Vince will do anything to save himself in this game. And I have to respect that he's trying to do anything for the money playing this hard. It's too much, though, as I've been saying all along. I just don't know how you win a jury vote with the way Vince plays. Because not only does he burn bridges, but then he acts like a victim about it. So how are you even supposed to respect it? I don't know. But I just know that Vince's girlfriend is probably much happier today than she's been for a week, because Vince is now playing Morgan too. So I know she gotta love that, because she's been hating on Morgan, even though Vince is the problem in your relationship. You all in his real life probably let Vince get away with all this victim manipulating bullshit too. Now, Morgan has also stated how she felt so good after winning the veto because she hadn't won anything yet. And not once has selfish Vince been like, damn, you fought so hard to win the veto. Like, how is that not another red flag to her? There's so many red flags with this idea. And at first, I didn't think Morgan was going to consider it, but she has been. Morgan has been saying that if she can guarantee 4 votes, she will be like, we can go through with this. I'm not understanding who she thinks the 4th vote is. Like, if she goes to Will, Ashley, Rachel, and if they all somehow don't tell her this is dumb as shit, Will hasn't told her when they talked about it, because Will agrees with everything. We'll see from when I'm recording this, and I'll be posting this quite after I record this. She hasn't really talked to Ashley and Rachel about this that I've seen. But if she can somehow get those 3 to vote, who's she going to go to? Ava, Mickey? Mickey's also on the block. Like, it just, I don't know if she's going to get 4 votes to actually consider this dumb idea. I hope not. But honestly, the fact that Morgan is actually even considering this makes me want to be done with her again. Like, if she goes through with this, she deserves to be voted out. If you're on the block and you use the veto on someone else, you deserve to be voted out. And it will be all the progress she made to redeem herself from earlier in this season when she was looking so desperate with the Zach situation. If she does this, she's right back to looking stupid for a man. And I think she will deserve all the flack she gets for making that move. So while I'm hoping logic will prevail from Morgan, and she has been telling Vince these past half hour before I recorded that why can't Keanu just put Lauren up in the first place? Why does she have to use the veto on Vince? Vince is trying to say because of the way it will look good to Keanu and look better in the house. It's a weak whack argument, hoping Morgan sees through it. If she doesn't, she is a very big idiot. But in this season, there's a ton of those. And lastly, let's talk about Keanu, because this plan by Keanu is great for one person and one person only. And that person is not Keanu. That person is Vince. which is why I have to respect it on a game level, because of course Vince should be fighting for his life in this game, even if it means screwing over the person he hasn't screwed over yet in Morgan. At least he's fighting for his life in the game, and that's why he's going along with this plan, because if the veto is used on him, he's saved no matter what. But for Keanu, the plan is, I mean, it's typical Keanu. It's dumb as shit. He is willing to burn most of the house this week for Vince. Really sit here and think about that. Ponder this. This has been Keanu's game in a nutshell. Let's not listen to any other person's good ideas, especially if they're women, because he hates women, as we've established so far this season. But let's not listen to anybody else. Let's always think I know best because I'm Keanu. But most importantly, let's make sure that Vince is good with me and that Vince finally chooses me. Let me make sure that I save Vince. No matter the fact that Vince has burned Keanu over and over and over, here he is once again potentially hurting his own game for Vince, because he's going to burn most of the house and he can't play HOH next week. The blockbuster finally ends next week, I mean, I would think, because we're finally in the jury phase. And it's all of this to save Vince. He will literally need Vince, Kelly, or Lauren to win HOH, or his ass is on the block if he goes through with this plan. All to save Vince. Keanu's entire game in a nutshell. So there we have it. If you've been watching all season, it should be no surprise that Keanu is playing for Vince. It's been his entire game. And, good for Vince. Like, at this point, if this goes through, let's just fast forward to Vince or Rachel winning this game, because who else is going to? And I don't even know if Vince can get the votes in a jury to win the way he's playing. So I don't know. Maybe somebody really bad wins the game because they're sitting next to Vince. It could be anyone's game sitting next to Vince. If he not only continues to burn people, but then cry about it and then nobody respects his game. Like, make it make sense. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow at some point to see if Morgan went through with this really, really dumb idea that would only hurt her, and she will look like one of the biggest dummies ever. I need any future player just to finally realize, if you're on the block, never use veto on somebody else. Use it on yourself. How did we get back here again?